Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is made possible by Assured Partners, Greg Young of Marshalltown, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Sports Plus, Wayward Social, Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown, Marshalltown School District, Scooters of Marshalltown, Legends American Grill, Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown, your Marshalltown Hy-Vee, and State Farm, Tyler Pashong Agency.
Safety! Dropped in the end zone. It's Niehaus. Feldman, that one will get in. That's a good point right there. A shot coming here. That's a goal. Lifted to left center field. Gets off the warning track into the wall. Transition three. Boom! Knocks that one down. And it's a goal. What a beautiful play. Dutton, look what I found over to first. It's a 3-on-1 all the way. Yes! There he goes.
Your home for the Bobcats, KFJB-TV.
Well, the Marshalltown Bobcats enter postseason play on a 3-game winning streak as they march in 18-20 on the season as they open up Class 5A Region 6 first-round play against the Lincoln Railsplitters right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV. Sandvik drills one to right field. Backing up as a right fielder over her head in Vallejo. Sandvik to second. Marshalltown Bobcats matching up with the Lincoln Railsplitters tonight, a team they defeated twice back on January 9th, 11-3 and 15-4. They host in the first round of postseason play tonight. I'm Brandon Lewis, Dylan Does alongside me. Great to have you tuned into our coverage here on News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and right here on KFJB-TV. Head coach Jason Bowers meeting at home plate with our umpires tonight to get you ready and set to go. Bobcats come in playing some pretty good ball at the end of the season, heading into their first-round playoff matchup tonight, Dylan.
Outside of a couple games with Mason City, they've really taken care of who they need to take care of. The player that's really stood out to me in this late-season push is Aubrey Munt. She's given them a little bit of pop in the middle of the lineup, batting pretty well. Of course, you have the standbys in Bounty and Sandvik, but I really think Munt's given them a little bit more. Both Danielson girls have been really good in the dish. Briley's been great at the circle, but I feel like Munt is one that can really make this lineup a little bit more dangerous if she can get going.
Maddie Smalls in the circle tonight for the Lincoln Railsplitters. It'll be Briley Danielson for the Marshalltown Bobcats. We'll take a look at our Sandvik starting lineups when we come back. This is Bobcat Softball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
At Greg Young Automotive, we go the extra mile for our customers across Iowa. Why do customers choose us and keep coming back? Because our commitment to exceptional service and satisfaction never wavers. With our extensive network of dealerships throughout Iowa, we leverage unbeatable pricing and offer a better inventory selection than other dealerships. Visit any of our 6 locations across the state and experience the Greg Young difference, where we'll go the extra mile for you.
Like any good neighbor, sometimes you move. Here at Tyler Pashong State Farm, we have moved to our new office location at 2110 South Center Street here in Marshalltown. I'm Tyler Pashong. I'm so proud of my team and what we have helped build, but we couldn't have done it without you. We are passionate about what we do and care about the community we serve. I invite you to our new location and see how we can make a positive impact in your life. We'd love to talk to you about what makes you
M-Town proud.
Make the equity in your home work for you with the home equity loan from Lennox Employees Credit Union. Crush high-interest credit card debt and make needed improvements to your home. You have the power to refinance and change your financial life. With the lower interest rate, repayment is more comfortable than paying those high credit card interest rates. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
A playoffs in softball get underway tonight. Time to look at our starting lineups. All brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you while we deliver the starting lineups. First off for Dominic Ellis and the Lincoln Railsplitters, 4-29 in the regular season. It'll be Camilla Fouch leading things off. She'll catch tonight in the leadoff spot. 20 runs scored, batting .333. Sophie Gutierrez in the 2-hole at second base. Maya Anderson at shortstop, batting third. She has a .313 batting average. Kylie Phillips is at the hot corner, batting fourth, batting fifth here tonight. Number 21, Maddie Small. She's the pitcher tonight for the Lincoln Railsplitters. Isabella Andrade is the center fielder, and she will bat in the sixth hole. In the seventh hole, it is Delilah Grafton. She is at first base. She has a .286 batting average on the season. Right field, it'll be Selena Luna. And batting in the ninth hole, it is Kayla Hernandez in left field so far this year for their Lincoln Railsplitters. As a team, just .228 at the plate, 24-28 on the stolen base pass. Meanwhile, for the Marshalltown Bobcats, behind head coach Jason Bowers, at a mark of 18-20 entering postseason play, Gianna Bounty will lead things off. She is in center field, followed by Kate Sandvik at shortstop. No strikeouts this year, batting .519. Lainey Danielson is in the 3-hole. Aubrey Munt is in right field, batting fourth. Briley Danielson will take the circle tonight. She's batting fifth. Olivia Wise at the Keystone, batting sixth. Abby Jansen behind the plate, batting seventh. Kaylin Coleman will DP tonight, hitting for Brooklyn Smith, who is in left. And Kendall Brummel will round out the lineup, batting third for the Marshalltown Bobcats. That's our Sandvik starting lineups. First pitch when we come back in postseason play between the Railsplitters and the Bobcats right here on KFJB-TV.
Do you dream of a career in healthcare that makes a difference? Marshalltown Community College offers a variety of programs to fit your calling. From nursing and medical assisting to dental programs, we provide a nurturing environment with exceptional instructors dedicated to your success. Our simulation labs prepare you for real-world situations. Explore your healthcare path. Find out more at MarshalltownCommunityCollege.com.
National Anthem wrapping up as the Bobcats and Railsplitters ready to do battle here tonight. Time for Keys to the Game. All presented by First Rate Real Estate, FirstRateTeam.com.
Looking at the Bobcats, the keys 2-19-12. The two, this could be a chance to win their winning a game in the second season in a row in postseason. At this place last year, beat Iowa City West, have a chance to do that again. 19 wins on the season, which will be the most in 12 years. Bobcats have a lot at stake here tonight. For the Railsplitters, it's beware of the big inning. Out of the 11 innings they've played against the Bobcats this year, they've given up multiple runs in 6 of those innings. They've really got to keep the Bobcats off the plate. Otherwise, this could be a short night for the Railsplitters.
That is our Keys to the Game. Again, all presented by First Rate Real Estate. He's Dylan Nose. I'm Brandon Lewis. Our producer on site, David Braga. Keith Stewart, Deegan Grant on camera coverage. And our radio producer Back at the News Talk 1230 AM 93.9 FM studios, Jeff Brooks. He'll be getting our scoreboard updates in postseason play tonight, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard, we are just about ready to get underway in the top of the first inning. Let's take a look at our defensive lineup, though, for the Bobcats. Briley Danielson in the circle, Abby Jansen behind the plate, Kendall Brummel at the hot corner, Kate Sandvik at shortstop, Olivia Wise at second, Lady Danielson is at first. It's Smith, Bounty, and Munt left to right in the outfield. In the circle, loading up. Here we go, and the first pitch is upstairs for a ball, as Briley Danielson will take the center circle here tonight, as Camilla Fouch taking the ball upstairs. And the second pitch is going to be upstairs as well.
I did not know that Aubrey Munt looked so much like Bobby the Bobcat. That was crazy. It was a dead ringer. Dead ringer.
That's why you got to show up on picture day. 2-0. And it's low and downstairs. 3-0. So Briley Danielson in a hole here to get things going off against Camilla Fouch. She's the leadoff batter, batting .333, 20 runs, 6 RBI. And she's going to poke one right back up the middle. Bounty is in center field to throw back in. It'll be a single to lead off the game for the Lincoln Railsplitters.
And that's where Briley gets in a little bit of trouble, is if she's not hitting the zone early. But Fouch is quite the story. 8th grader, top of your lineup, leads you in hitting, leads you in hits. She's everybody that is producing for the Railsplitters are basically a sophomore and under.
Similar to what Gianna Bounty in her 8th grade year. Bunch shown. Jams are inside. Sofia Gutierrez in the 2-hole batting now at 182 on the season. Fouls off the bunt attempt to the backstop. Briley Danielson this year, 10-8, 98 innings, 77 strikeouts, 41 walks, 7 hit batters, a 5.29 ERA, and the 0-2 now the count as the second ball fouled off on the bunt attempt by Gutierrez.
This might be only the second batter in the game, but to me, these are the big moments for the Railsplitters. You have Fouch get on board right away. Can you move her into scoring position? It's a small things for the Railsplitters.
And a swing and a miss by Gutierrez, and the first strikeout of the night for Briley Danielson, 1 away.
And we talk a lot about productive outs. Strikeouts are not productive outs. You've got to be able to put the ball in play, move the runners, because the Splitters are going to have to be able to put runs on the board to compete tonight.
Maya Anderson, the 3-hole hitter, will dig in, and she'll take a ball low and inside. She's at shortstop tonight. Briley Danielson against Lincoln earlier this year, back on January 9th. 7 innings, 1 strikeout, and just 2 earned runs. Here's the 1-0. And that'll paint the outer half. A throw down to second. It's off the line. Tag applied. Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Catch her on the backside as Fouch did not slide into the bag at second. She ran into the bag, and they say that Kate Sandvik applied the tag. So it's a 2-6 caught stealing right there. And it was a strike on the pitch, so it's 1-1 on Anderson as we look at the replay.
And that's why you slide. She was not looking ahead. It was because Jansen was able to throw out of the crowd. She didn't have to get up at all, put it on a bounce, but Sandvik with the quick tag. To me, it looks like she got her on the calf before she went in. Let's look at that again.
Yeah, that was a bang-bang play, but definitely might have caught that right calf as head coach Dominic Ellis is out, and he's appealing to the umpires his case.
And it really comes down to, did the glove touch her, because it definitely the swipe happened before she was able to put a foot on second base, but in our angle, it's hard to see if she created contact or not. Let's look at that one more time. I think she got her.
She got her if the tag was there, for sure.
If she made contact, she was out.
So that's out number 2 of the inning as Fouch is caught stealing on the 2-6 play by the Bobcat defense. Here's the 1-1 from Danielson. Popped up to short center field. Sandvik is out. The shortstop stumbles on the difference between the dirt and the grass. The transition caught her up, and that will be an E6 that will allow Maya Anderson to stand on first base. That is kind of a tough luck break right there as she went to that transition between the grass and the dirt.
Yeah, you don't see an E next to Kate Sandvik's name too often, and like you said, it was that transition from infield dirt to the grass. She just tripped. Railsplitters stay alive.
At the end of Kate, though.
Yes, not before her name.
Quick throw over to first base, not in time to get the runner in Anderson. As Kylie Phillips standing in, she took a first pitch strike on the outer half from Briley Danielson. Here's the 0-1. And that one low and in the dirt. Stopped by Jansen. It bounces to her right. She'll just fire it back to her pitcher in Danielson. And Anderson is over on the wild pitch. That throw back to first base was pretty close to try to get Anderson over there as we took a look at the replay on KFJB-TV. 1-1 on the way with 2 outs in the top of the first. And that one a strike on the outer half to Phillips quickly here. It's a 1-2 count. She's batting .345 with 3 home runs, the best batter in the lineup for the Lincoln Railsplitters out of the 4-hole. 1-2 on the way is rocking and firing. Off speed, gets her chasing way out in head as Phillips is down for the second strikeout of the inning. That's out number 3. Railsplitters strand 1. We go to the bottom of the first as the Bobcats will come to bat when we come back on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social. And that's just on the inside. Step outside and enjoy patio life at Gutter Point with drinks, shuffleboard, live music, and fun atmosphere. Follow Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to plan your next visit to the place for fun.
Welcome back to Marshalltown High School at the softball complex. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Donis alongside me. Thanks so much for joining us on KFJB-TV here tonight. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to KFJB-TV. It's all free. Turn on those notifications. Get the upcoming game alerts. Something's on your mind, Dylan. What is it?
Well, I was just looking at Bradley Danielson in that second strikeout, top of 1, is she had not shown that off-speed pitch at all. And you get 2 strikes on the best power hitter, the one that can make things happen in that lineup, and you pull that out, and she pulled the string beautifully. Just a really good piece of pitching. And that first batter with Fouch, she was 3-0 count, gave up a single. From then on, she was in control.
Gianna Bounty, Kate Sandvik, Lainey Danielson to lead things off for the Bobcats in the bottom of the first in a scoreless game. As Maddie Smalls on the mound. Earlier this year, she went 4 innings, gave up 9 runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts against the Marshalltown Bobcats. Right-handed pitcher takes a circle on the rubber, fires home. Bounty pops it right into the backstop fence. And Dylan did not dive, but I think he was getting close to flinching there as Gianna Bounty down to the count 0-1.
It just is barreling down on you. How am I to trust chain link fence?
That is true. And upstairs, Small will fire in a ball on the second pitch of the bat. Bounty, 370 in the leadoff spot, 35 runs, 12 RBI, 28 of 29 on the base paths this year as she stands in the left-handed batter's box. And she'll smack one foul over Keith Stewart down the third base line. It's 1-2.
She's coming straight at him, looking to just be throwing quite a few fastballs. So far, we'll have to see if she's going to go to that secondary pitch, but Gianna's right on him.
Bounty at the plate. Here's the delivery, and it's fought off to the backstop again. As Maddie Small this year, 3-12 record, 73 innings pitched, 40 strikeouts, 32 walks, a 10.07 ERA. It seems like maybe she's kind of had some tough luck her way because the numbers don't speak to being,
right. They struggle
getting those outs. Bounty pops up the pitch, and it's off the roof of the Lincoln Railsplitters dugout. It's still 1-2.
It's one of those, they don't even score 3 runs a game. So when you have that fine of a margin for success and failure, you will find where you're going to pitch into some hard luck situations. But looking at Bounty, she puts so much pressure on the infield.
And now she'll pop it up down the left field line. This one still is playable and caught by Anderson. So she will get herself the first out recorded here as she was stranded on the base paths there in the first inning on the Lincoln Railsplitters offensive side of things. But Gianna Bounty with a pop-up and a long run for the shortstop. Good play right there.
It was a beautiful play. Backhanded it, got the outstretched arm. She's a taller individual, but really played it well. Nice athletic play in the left field foul territory.
Kate Sandvik hit on the right shoulder on the first pitch from Maddie Small, and she'll go down the first base line. don't even get a chance to tell you. She's one of the best batters in the state of Iowa across all classes, batting .519, 20 runs, a home run, 14 RBI this year. She's been on some travel ball this year, so she hasn't had a full slate of games here for the Bobcats. But the good thing is she is on base, but hopefully that right shoulder is okay.
Yeah, you don't want to see that because Kate is so essential to everything that we do. From it comes to just playing a really stellar shortstop to getting on base routinely.
Head coach Jason Bowers went over and checked on her. She looks to be all right as she will stay at first base. So bring up Lainey Danielson with one away here in the bottom of the first inning. Her batting average has been creeping up. She also hit a home run a week ago. And that's when you want to be hitting your best, is heading into postseason play. She'll take a first pitch ball, but Danielson, 31 runs, 3 home runs, 25 RBI.
Yeah, and you see Smalls finally goes off speed there, misses high.
Comes back on the outer half of the plate. It's fought off and out of play. Into the stands on the near side, first base side. Still 1-1 to Lainey Danielson.
And Smalls has pitched well. She's been able to move her pitches up in the zone, cause Gianna to pop out.
Here's a 1-1, and that one's low and in the dirt. And 2-1 now the count to Lainey Danielson as the catcher and Fouch keeping an eye on Kate Sandvik over there at first base.
Turning out to be an absolute gorgeous night. We weren't sure if we were getting this one in earlier today.
Yeah, it is a little hot and muggy. The 2-1, swing and a miss over top of it. And now 2-2 on Lainey Danielson. The flag out in right center field. Pretty dead right now, not blowing a whole lot. 180 down the lines here at the Marshalltown High School softball complex. 220 to dead on center field. Small loads up the 2-2. It is chopped to third base. Picked up by Phillips. Over to second. They get the lead runner over to first, not in time to get Lainey Danielson. So Kate Sandvik is forced out on the 5-4 flip, and on the fielder's choice, Lainey Danielson stands at first.
It looks like Kate, she twisted her ankle a little bit when she was rotating out to center field on that air. She didn't seem to be running super great on that. Seemed to be a little bit of hitch in the giddy-up.
Kind of like you. Sorry.
The giddy-up's getting better, but yeah, there's been hitches.
Aubrey Munt stands in, takes a first pitch strike. It is 0-1 from Maddie Small. Aubrey Munt, 3 home runs now on the season. She came alive after she hit that first one of the year against Ames.
Yeah, well, you get one, you break the seal on that, and then the home runs come.
She will go play her softball out on the East Coast after her senior season here. Aubrey Muntz at the plate, playing right field tonight. She's been really good out there in right as well. 0-2, check swing, called a strike on the outer half. Aubrey Munt down on strikes for out number 3 of the inning. Maddie Small picks up her first strikeout of the night. Bobcats strand one on the base paths. We go to the second, scoreless between the Railsplitters and the Bobcats right here on KFJB-TV.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
And we've got a regional scoreboard update brought to you by Central State Bank with locations in Ames State Center and West Des Moines. We've got a couple thanks to Jeff Brooks back at the KFJB-TV studios. Gilbert leads Knoxville 8-2. That's in the top of the 5th. Council Bluffs Lincoln leads Sioux City North 4-1 after 2 innings. Thank you, Jeff, for sending scores our way. We've got a 0-0 tie here.
Thanks for doing your job, Jeff.
There's nice ways to say that. Brandon chose violence.
Lincoln Railsplitters will come to bat here in the top of the second inning. It'll be the 5, 6, 7 batters. Small, Andrade, and Grafton will be up against Brownlee Danielson. Maddie Small stepping in. Tonight's starting pitcher for the Railsplitters takes a high heater outside for ball one, 155 batter, 10 RBI.
And like we say, you're legally forced to say she can help her own cause here.
That is true. A pop-up right side out of play down the first base side. And that will be a strike. 1-1 count on Maddie Small. And Briley Danielson working here early. A couple of strikeouts in that first inning. Did give up a hit. An error did not help them in that first inning, but got out of it eventually. And now a roller to home plate. It's now a 2-1 count to Maddie Small.
And looking at Briley, just stands in the back of the circle getting ready to get back in. She mixed pitches late in that first inning well. The fastball seems to have good life to it tonight.
2-1 is going to paint the outer half for a strike, 2-2. One thing I like about high school is you can just do whatever you want when it comes to uniforms.
Yep.
You know, the NFL regulates, you have to have, certain things that you follow as far as your uniform goes. Here's a ground ball to Olivia Wise at second off the end of the bat of Small, and that will be over to Lainey Danielson in time for the 4-3 ground out. Route number one, this will bring up Isabella Andrade. But Bobcats are in the white tops tonight at home. We're in their blue bottoms. And the Lincoln Railsplitters in the all-white uniform is here tonight. You don't usually get to see that, but tonight with the heat, yeah. I think both teams taking that upon themselves. We are not wearing dark colors.
No dark colors.
Yes.
We're up here wearing our own thing. Brandon's in a black polo. I'm in a blue Marshalltown polo. I've got red shorts. Brandon's got tan shorts. And
David's got a red shirt.
Yeah.
Here is the 1-0, and it is going to be ball number 2. So a couple of pitches missing to Andrade, the center fielder, standing in, batting 196, 9 runs, 2 RBI, 3 of 3 as stolen bags out of the 6th hole here tonight. And the pitch is in, swing and a miss by Andrade, 2-1.
She's had to battle back from being down on the count. This is now her third batter having to do so, second in a row here. Like to see Briley be able to get ahead of the count a little bit more, but she's done such a good job battling back as it evens the count 2-2 with a foul ball down the left field line.
Yeah, Andrade just turning too much on that pitch right there, and so 2-2, and keeping her head coach Dominic Ellis alive down in that third base coach's box. See, Briley Danielson could get out number 2 of the inning. Here's the 2-2, swing and a miss, and that's strikeout number 3 for Briley Danielson, 2 away in the top of the second.
And Andrade was just completely overmatched. When that fastball went letter high, there was nothing happening. She could not swing that bat fast enough. You look at that. She's just way behind on it. Takes a hack, but no chance.
Delilah Grafton stepping in. She'll take a first pitch strike on the inner half. And hey there, Delilah out of the 7th hole, batting .286 with 4 runs and 4 RBI. The 0-1 will be on the outer half for strike number 2. Really painting that corner tonight.
And really what you wanted right there, jump out ahead. I don't know why I know this information, but Hey There Delilah on YouTube has like 400 million views.
Wow. Chopper right side down the first base line. Lainey Danielson picks it up, flips it back to Olivia Wise, hustling over to the bag at first base, and that is out number 3. It'll be a 3-4 in your scorecard. You don't always see that, Dylan. We head to the bottom of the second on KFJB-TV.
Registration for the upcoming school year in Marshalltown is Tuesday, July 8th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Miller Middle School. A birth certificate is required if a new student is joining. If parents are unable to attend, they can go online to the Infinite Campus System. To begin, go to the district website, marshalltown.k12.ia.us, and click on Academics. All new families in the Marshalltown Community School District must register at the District Welcome Center, downtown Marshalltown. Here's to the 2025-2026 school year.
I both love the Mariners.
Briley Danielson, a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the second. She'll be the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the second as we take a look at head coach Jason Bowers, which in his 3 years, we've seen the win totals creep up every year. 11 his first year, and then it goes to 18 a year ago. Now 19 in the regular season. This year, or 18, looking for number 19.
Yeah, Olivia there got the flip from Laney and then tagged her just for fun.
Yeah.
She just got...
See that last play recorded there in the top of the second inning. So Riley Danielson, Olivia Wise, Abby Jansen, 5, 6, 7 batters for the Cats. Cats still looking for the first hit of the night here in the bottom of the second inning. Riley Danielson, her bat has, which a lot of other batters in this lineup has really come alive here late in the season. An excuse me swing that will be fouled off into the backstop on Riley Danielson. From the pitch from Maddie Small, it is 0-1.
One thing that Smalls did so well is she got ahead of batters, battled well, kept moving pitches, would switch between off-speed and fastball.
0-1 is drilled to left center field. Back goes the left fielder, and it is out of here. Riley Danielson, home run number 6 of the season. We were just talking about how that bat has come alive, and she had a 2-home run night last week.
That's where Smalls did not do what I just said she did so well. But there Briley goes, helps her own cause as Brandon's voice cracks. So did the bat because
I'm
Briley
getting over a
moonshot
summer
it.
cold, and you got to call me out like that.
Inside-out swing and just nailed it. You could hear from the tenor of Brandon's voice. That was gone the moment it hit aluminum.
Now with the call, the rest of the game, Dylan Does. Take it away. No, Olivia Wise will foul off the first pitch she sees. It is 0-1. I actually lost my voice by Sunday. It was pretty rough. So I feel like I'm doing pretty good here tonight.
I'm for you.
Not having a coughing attack just yet. Wise sends one right back up the middle towards the center fielder. Andrade ranges in and makes the catch. What a way in the bottom of the second inning with the Bobcats leading 1-0.
I really like how Andrade is playing center field. They're playing fairly deep, and what that allows the center fielder is you're either staying or coming up almost on everything, so it takes a little bit. You see that home run there cleared
just
by a few feet.
Yeah.
But when you play deep is you really take some of the thinking out of it from the outfielder that they can react, and Andrade's got good speed, was able to get there easily.
Abby Jansen, 279 hitter, just 2 runs, but 21 RBI this year. And she gets underneath one, sends a bloop shot to the shortstop, eats up Anderson, and we'll rule that a single. That took a tough roll on Anderson, the shortstop. She had to come up, and she got a cue balled that one off the bat.
You saw it come off and they're even checking it right there because she came under it. That had severe backspin on it, and by the time they were able to get there was no chance for Maya Anderson to have any throw as Jansen sprinted down the baseline.
So Abby Jansen with the single. She has a courtesy runner. I can't quite tell if that's 21 for the Bobcats. I believe it is. Yes, it is. Rael Brat will be in for the courtesy runner.
Yeah, that was the 48-degree wedge she got out there because that thing just stuck on the sand.
So Brat to run for the catcher and Abby Jansen, and in digs Kaylin Coleman. She's the DP tonight for the Cats. And she'll take a first pitch upstairs from Small 1-0 as she's hitting for Brooklyn Smith, who's roaming out in left field tonight for the Cats.
Not currently. She's in the dugout right now. But when the Bobcats are on
tonight.
Defense.
Will you stop correcting me on the air?
Oh, my goodness.
You can do it like a professional during the break. You can rip me then. I know you're upset about a lot of things tonight.
Brooks and I are just trying to hang on. We're just trying to hang on here. We're bonded together.
Coleman taking another ball. It is 2-0. And it is slammed down the left field line all the way to the wall on one hop. Kaylin Coleman rounds for second, brought to third, and the relay comes in just after Brat is safely in at third base. Stand-up double for Kaylin Coleman, hitting .217 on the season for the Bobcats.
She destroyed that softball. She got all of it, wrapped it down the line, and one bounce to the fence. Man alive. Brummel's got a great opportunity here in the 9-hole to knock in a couple for the Cats.
Just one out in the bottom of the second inning. As Brummel at the hot corner, batting in the 9th hole, puts down a good bunt down the first base line, but it will work its way foul.
That was a wonderful – I love the aggressiveness there, but really you've got to be able to get it down. Railsplitters tried to bunt, move runners in the in the top of one didn't work. Cats have got to get it down here.
232 hitter, and Brummel pops up the bunt, and it's caught flailing backwards is Fouch, the catcher, and she makes the play for out number 2 of the inning as Brummel is retired.
That's tough. You have one job. You've got to get on top of the softball there. Cats cannot execute at the bottom of the order. Now Bounty gets a chance.
Drag bunt for Bounty here at a left-handed batter's box with the speed. You like it?
Well, that's one thing with Bounty speed. That play stays in your playbook even with 2 outs.
Bounty steps in, and she's going to take one off the right elbow as Brott was charging in, but it is going to be hit by the pitch. So second batter of the night hit by a pitch as Maddie Small loads up the bases. And no, they're going to call back Gianna Bounty. She did kind of chicken wing her right arm out there, and you do have to make an attempt to get out of the way, but she did maybe about a half-inch slide that elbow just a little bit in.
She kind of statued after about that quarter of an inch turn.
Yeah. So that will put her back at the plate. I believe it was a ball. So it is a 1-0 count, and now the pitch is fouled off to the backstop by Gianna Bounty. It's a 1-1 count.
You'd love to see Gianna's been on. There's been 3 or 4 of those that she's fouled straight back. She is very, very close.
1-1 on the way from Small. It is fought off to the backstop. Just getting underneath of that pitch is Bounty. Flew out to shortstop to begin the game in the bottom of the first inning, and now she has a 1-2 count with 2 outs and runners at second and third.
And that was a really good job by Bounty of fighting off the off-speed there.
Small engages the rubber. Here's the 1-2. It is popped up left side of the infield. This might get the Railsplitters out of the inning, and it will. It is a pop-up to third base by Gianna Bounty for out number 3, and the Bobcats with a great opportunity to add on to their 1-0 lead. They strand 2 runners, but a solo home run by Briley Danielson gives the Cats the lead as we head to the third on KFJB-TV.
Some say life is like a road trip. Is it a coincidence Scooter's Coffee is a drive-thru? We don't think so. Whether you need a coffee while you enjoy the view, to just get you through the long stretch, or to refuel between stops, Scooter's Coffee is there, brewing up delicious coffee, espresso blenders, smoothies, iced drinks, and more, with the convenience of a drive-thru so you can stay on the road and enjoy the ride. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters in Marshalltown.
Riley Danielson out to pitch the third, but she ate at her own cause, Dylan, there in the bottom of the second inning with a solo shot to left center field as we look at the replay here on KFJB-TV.
What a great job of getting your hands inside of the baseball. Pitch on the inner half, and she just crushed it. Great job by Briley.
Scoreboard update tonight, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Dylan.
All right, shout out to Brooksy. Thanks you very much
for doing your job.
You're very good at it. West Marshall's up 6-0
Some say
on
the best.
base.
Some say the best at doing his job.
Just jumping all over the scores here. West Marshall now up 6-0 over Nevada. Gilbert beat Knoxville 11-2 after 5 innings. Gilbert will play Grinnell on Saturday.
One of the most reliable score updaters that you can have. Also a very reliable father of 3.
We saw some great picks. He allowed me to use one on our social channels over at Meet in Marshalltown of his son. Fantastic sparkler pick.
Selena Luna, the right fielder, standing in. She has a 1-1 count from Briley Danielson. Righty versus righty in the matchup as Danielson faces the 8-9-1 batters here in the top of the third inning. Smacked up the middle. That will get over the bag at second base, and Luna will lead off the top of the third inning with a single for the Lincoln Railsplitters.
We talked about in the keys of the game that the Railsplitters had to eliminate the big inning, and so far two innings in, only giving up the 1 run. Now they have the opportunity. They got the Fouch got on in the first inning. They couldn't do anything with it. Now in the third, they have got to be able to move runners and get scoring opportunities.
Kayla Hernandez, left fielder, stands in. She offers at the pitch on a bunt. Brought it back, but it was still called a strike. It is 0-1 to Hernandez with Luna over there at first base. Here's the 0-1 from Danielson. Bunt shown again. Pitch is just a little bit low. It's 1-1.
And this is essential she's able to execute this because you have Fouch coming up, top of the order, already 1 for 1. You get somebody in scoring position, these are going to be some of your few chances, good scoring opportunities.
1-1, bunt down the first base line, put down. Lainey Danielson fires to Olivia Wise, and that'll retire Kayla Hernandez on the sacrifice bunt that moves Luna over to second base. So 1 away. This will bring up Camilla Fouch. She reached on a single but was caught stealing there in the first inning. And so with 1 away and a runner at second, she digs in for the second time tonight.
And that was an absolute textbook sac bunt. That was a great job by Hernandez in that 9-hole to get the runner over to second. Now Fouch opportunity for an RBI.
Pitch is in, and that one's going to miss. 1-0 to Fouch from Riley Danielson. Righty versus righty as Danielson loads up, and she'll paint the outer half to Fouch. 1-1.
Nice job there by Briley. Evening up the count.
Fouch stands in with that single in the first inning. She had a couple balls on the count before she drilled that single. And now takes ball number 2, 2-1 from Danielson. Take a look at the runner there at second, and Luna for the Railsplitters, trailing 1-0 to your Bobcats. And a pitch outside and low and away to Fouch. So 3-1 now to leadoff batter. Danielson finally has her pitch, comes set, and fires home. And up the middle again for Fouch, but raging in is Bounty over to second, and they double off the runner in Luna for the double play. And that is how you get out of it. A 1-2-3 inning, an unconventional one, but the fly out by Fouch to center is out number 2, and Luna is out at second base on the 8-6 play for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the third. The Bobcats lead 1-0 on KFJB-TV.
Legends American Grill is the perfect place to watch your favorite team. Enjoy wings, nachos, steaks, and prime rib available on Friday and Saturday nights. It's game on for great food and your favorite drink to wash it down. You like burgers? Legends has fantastic, unique burger creations like this. The Legends Burger. Absolutely delicious. Gather with friends, enjoy your favorite team's games with the NFL Sunday Ticket, and make some memories. Legends American Grill in Marshalltown and our new Newton location, where the game is always on.
1-0 Bobcats on the Marshalltown High-B scoreboard, heading to the bottom of the third inning. We'll look at that double play to get the Bobcats out of the inning, and it actually was an 8-4 play. Olivia Wise was covering the bag at second base to get Luna out after the Fouch pop-up. So good inning there, and it's consecutive 1-2-3 innings for Briley Danielson as the Bobcats will send Kate Sandvik, Lainey Danielson, Aubrey Munt to the plate here in the bottom of the third.
2 rail splitter running gaffes really took them out of innings. First Fouch in that first inning just not sliding on a steal attempt. And then you see, for no reason, Luna should have been tagging up because that ball was holding up. That was not gonna get down. Bonnie was there easily and just kind of caught in no man's land, and there's double play there to end the third inning.
Kate Sandvik hit by a pitch in her first at-bat on the right shoulder. It looks to be okay. And they come immediately back inside on Kate Sandvik on the first pitch. It's 1-0.
I almost thought she got hit again.
Umpires are going to get together here and have a quick conversation. I don't know if it was whether she was hit or not. I doubt Kate Sandvik wants to go down to first base. She wants to hit away here.
So Well, the ball came off weird. It just kind of died. It hit her.
Yeah, it hit her on the right arm. She does not want to take the bat.
This is where, we wish that the umpire knew we had this great opportunity.
Well, we want to see Kate Sandvik hit away here.
Yes, we do. And you know what I don't love in sports?
No.
Umpires, referees going to the instant replay for 17 minutes.
That is true.
For a nothing moment.
So Sandvik will step back in as she had a little word with the umpire there, and she is up in the count 1-0 and now 2-0 as Small fires in high.
I do wonder what he was looking at. I'm stoked to have Kate hit as well, but that was clearly the ball just died off her forearm. It clear got hit.
Sandvik will lift one to short center field. That will get down, and it's a single for Kate Sandvik to lead off the bottom of the third inning. So maybe got underneath of that one just a little bit, but lifted it where nobody was in center field, and this will bring up Lainey Danielson.
Yeah, same result as a hit by pitch, but you love the batting average getting the bump from the single. As a hitter, it feels a lot better to get a hit than get hit.
Hitting now over .519 on the season. Sandvik's going to take off. The bunt is placed down by Lainey Danielson. Throw's going to come late. She's safe. Nobody's covering the bag at third, and over goes Kate Sandvik. So she moves from first to third on the bunt, and then nobody covering the bag at third, and Lainey Danielson beating that out. Are we ruling that a single?
Oh, yeah.
That was a pretty tough play.
It's a single because she a little bit of a hitch, but I don't know if she gets her anyways. Lainey was fast out of the box. It was a great bunt, and Kate with a great base running. Coach Bowers calling her over to third base as no one was covering the bag. Cats are in business, first and third, nobody out.
Another question by Dominic Ellis, the head coach for the Railsplitters, as we look at that single by Kate Sandvik to center field. Not quite sure what Coach Ellis was asking about right there, but maybe if they left the bag early at first base, that could be the only thing that maybe comes to mind, as Sandvik was stealing on the pitch. So Aubrey Munt stands in after the bunt, and she struck out looking back in the first inning. Small loads up, fires home, shows bunt. Danielson will take off to second base.
And the Railsplitters weren't even messing with it. They weren't covering second whatsoever. They're playing up, trying to cut the runner down. Now they go back into normal distance.
Munt with 3 home runs on the season with 2 RBIs out there for her, and she fights off the 1-0 over towards the Bobcat dugout. It is 1-1.
And it looks like Fouch might have got a piece of that. She's walking like an old gunslinger a little bit back there.
She get hit by the bat?
I'm not sure.
1-1 is popped up right side of the infield, and the second baseman in Gutierrez ranges to her left and makes the catch. There are 1 out in the inning as Aubrey Munt flies out to the right side of the infield. She's 0 for 2 tonight. And here comes Briley Danielson, a solo home run last inning to lead off the second. And she has 2 RBI trying to, as Dylan always says, aid her own cause with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. And she'll smack one a little too high. Can of corn down to left and caught. Hernandez almost misplayed it, but she brings it in, fires home. Sandvik tags at third, and she scores. Danielson over to third on the play, and that'll be the second RBI of the night for Briley Danielson, an RBI sacrifice fly, and it's now 2-0 Bobcats.
Got the job done. It's probably not going to get the big inning, a chance for a big inning, but Briley does enough to get the run across. Bobcats now up 2-0, and with the way Briley's dealing right now, that might be enough.
And now a hot shot by Olivia Wise between first and second, and she'll pick up an RBI. That is her 12th RBI of the year for Olivia Wise, the single driving in Lainey Danielson.
And Olivia's one of those freshmen that gets you excited again. All right, we've seen a growth of wins over the last 3 seasons. As we look towards building on that, Olivia's going to be one of those pieces that are going to be essential.
Abby Jansen now digging in. She had a single stranded at third last inning, and the first pitch she sees, she fouls off weakly down the third base line. 0-1 the count. So Olivia Wise out of the 6th hole with that single and an RBI, standing at first with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. 2 runs in. It's now 3-0 Bobcats. Abby Jansen jammed inside, gets it to shortstop, and Anderson makes the play over to Grafton at first. It's a 6-3 ground out by Abby Jansen for out number 3, but the Bobcats strike for 2 more runs as Kate Sandvik Lainey Danielson led off the inning with 2 singles, and they come in to score. It's now 3-0 Bobcats over the Railsplitters on KFJB-TV.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
3-0 our count as we go to the 4th inning, as Briley Danielson, a couple of RBIs tonight, and through the night inside the circle. So far, she has struck out 3 Lincoln Railsplitters and looked pretty good here tonight inside the circle.
Yeah, she's been really good inside the circle. Her fastball's been electric. She's used her off-speed a couple different times. The only time she's gotten in trouble is getting behind in counts. Both of the singles she gave up were being down in the count, but the Bobcats defense has been able to get around those things, and a couple Lincoln Railsplitter running blunders have also aided that cause. But this is exactly what you want from your ace coming into the first game of postseason. You want them just to be dominant, and then you get 2 RBIs from her as well. That's a win-win.
She's retired the last 6 out of 7 batters for the Railsplitters. It'll be the 2, 3, 4 batters due up. 2 no-hitters this year for Briley Danielson. The one coming recently against Nevada this week, as she combined with Hannah Osgood for that no-hitter. And she'll start out the inning with a first pitch ball to Sophie Gutierrez, a strikeout victim back in the first. Danielson loading up the 1-0, and that'll catch the outer half for a strike, 1-1.
This Lincoln team, it really comes down to the offensive struggles. I'm still shocked they lost twice to North. North has really struggled this year. There are pieces of this Lincoln team with some of their youth and ability.
1-1 is upstairs. It's now 2-1 to Gutierrez. Sometimes, though, with that youth, you get that inconsistent play.
Yeah. You get those real highs and those real lows, but this feels like defensively they're really solid.
2-1 outside as Jansen tries to frame it. It's now 3-1 to Gutierrez. See if Danielson can battle back here down in the count. She'll load up and fire home. Righty versus righty. Swing and a big miss by Gutierrez, and she gets back into the count. It's now full.
And I would say 7 of the batters in this lineup, if Briley just rocks back and goes at it, they cannot catch up to her fastball up by the letters.
Here's Danielson's 3-2 delivery, and that outer half gets Gutierrez striking out for the second time tonight. 4th strikeout on the night for Briley Danielson, 1 away in the top of the 4th.
And Exhibit A right there, she blows it past her. They just don't have the bat speed to catch up to it.
Maya Anderson will step in now, reached on an error back in the first inning. And the first pitch is going to be just a touch outside. It is 1-0 to Anderson.
Yeah, there's that fastball, and just right on the outside, swung right over top it.
1-0 is lifted down the right field line. Long run for Munt, but just past her glove. Anderson will round first, and she'll head back to the bag as the relay throw is in to Kate Sandvik there at second base. That'll be a single. Tough play and a long run for Munt. I thought she had an opportunity to almost get there and make that catch.
It looked like she alligator armed it a little bit at the end. It looks like if she tried to brace herself, it looked like if she was able to go all out, she might have had a great chance, but she recovered really well, fired into Kate Sandvik at second to just keep that a single for Anderson.
So Anderson stands at first now. A jam shot off the bat of Phillips out to left, and Smith, the 8th grader, ranges in and makes the second out of the inning on the fly ball by Kylie Phillips. And back to Munt out there in right field. 46 putouts this year, only 3 errors this year. She's been really solid defensively out there in right field. And this will bring up Maddie Small, a 4-3 ground out back in the second inning.
We've talked about it in a couple of games we've done together here. out of Softball Diamond is this is one of the better defensive clubs that the Cats have had. They've eliminated quite a few errors, which would really struggle with in the past.
Umpires called for time. There was a shift in the positioning for the umpire, and a pop-up out of play behind home plate off the bat of Small. With 2 down in the inning, it's 0-1.
No relation to Smalls from Sandlot, I've been told.
You're killing me, Dylan.
Yes.
Wind now blowing in just a touch in right field. Small will take a ball outside, 1-1. Small this year, just a 155 batter. And the 5-hole standing in. Here's the 1-1, and it's low and inside from Danielson, 2-1. That's been a little bit of the bugaboo here tonight for Danielson. She's had some not so favorable counts, even though she's gotten the outs.
Yeah, she's been able to battle with that. You just, the old adage, you don't want to play with fire because you're going to get burned.
2-1 is fought off as it's knuckled down the third base line, 2-2.
She's been able to avoid the flames so far, but you just don't want to mess around with it and be able to just get the job done defensively, see if we can put some more runs, a crooked number in the bottom of 4.
2 down in the inning. It's a 2-2 count to Small. We'll see if Danielson can get out of it here. And she will. Strikeout number 5 of the night as Small swings over top of it. That's out number 3, and the Cats preserve their 3-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Well, Briley Danielson gets out of it with a strikeout there in the top of the 4th inning as the Bobcats will come to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning, leading 3-0 in the first round of postseason play. Winner of this game will pay visit to third-ranked Southeast Polk coming up on Saturday night at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, the Rams are Ram tough. They're top 3 in the state, can mash the softball really, really good. So whoever makes it down to Altoona will have a big obstacle in front of them.
Kyle Orton's old stomping grounds.
It is, and I know he's worked with them a little bit more and more, so done some quarterback work down there. Always had, before Andrew Luck came, the worst neck beard in NFL history.
Kaylin Coleman, Kendall Brummel, Gianna Bounty due up for the Bobcats in the bottom of the 4th. Coleman had a really nice double down the left field line. 1 hop to the wall in the 2nd inning. And she stands in for the 2nd time tonight. Gets a major league pop-up to the left side of the infield. And ranging back and flailing is Phillips, the third baseman. She is able to make the play. It wasn't a routine route right there, but it does result in the out. 1 away in the bottom of the 4th.
She's used that off-speed, got Coleman in front of it. She kind of hitched and then popped it up. That left side of the infield has made 2 nice plays on pop-outs.
That breeze blowing in just a little bit from right field now, maybe moving that ball around just a touch. Kendall Brummel stands in, a fly out behind home plate in the 2nd inning. She's 0 for 1, and the first pitch she sees from Small, she fouls down the third base line.
Yeah, she wasn't able to get a button down in her first at bat, but she's up there hacking here at bat number 2.
0-1, swing and a miss out of the glove of Fouch. It's quickly 0-2. As we take a look at that Brummel foul ball towards our very own Keith Stewart, and head coach Jason Bowers also ducking out of the way.
My goodness, hide the
He was
women,
worried
hide
about
the
Kate
children.
Sandvik, but it's Brummel here.
Yeah.
She'll fight off the 0-2 to the backstop.
I think she mouthed to Keith, I'm not getting enough airtime on KFJB-TV.
So as Dylan alluded to earlier, Bobcats winning a year ago at home in the first round against Iowa City West, and now a pop-up off the bat of Brummel past the third baseman in foul territory in Phillips.
And as a third baseman, that's one of those tougher plays is when you have to, because you're used to everything going in front of you, maybe going laterally, but when it goes right over your head, having to make that 180 turn and get back on it, it's a difficult play.
Bobcats have not reached 19 victories in a season since the 2012 season, as Brummel is down on strikes, a swing and a miss on a pitch on the outer half. But to get their 19th victory here tonight since the 2012 season would just continue. I know Coach Bowers really wants just that forward progression, getting better each and every day.
And I really feel that next one is being able to consistently compete with the Newtons and the Ames. That's right now we haven't been able to consistently do that. We put together some good innings against those teams, but to be able to go in split doubleheaders, I believe that's the next step for this Cats lineup.
0-1 on the way is Bounty offered at the first pitch, but was not able to connect, and now she connects with this one. Foul down the first base side, so quickly 0-2 to Gianna Bounty, leadoff batter in the lineup for the Bobcats with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth inning, leading 3-0.
Gianna seems to just be a little bit off kilter. Small's done a really good job of mixing up speeds and locations, and Gianna's just not been able to popped up under a couple of them. Been able to foul some straight back, but nothing straight in play.
Yep, she is 0 for 2 tonight, and down to the count 1-2 against Small here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And she'll smack this one out to left field, but ranging to her left is Hernandez. She'll make the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Maddie Small as out number 3, Gianna Bounty. We go to the fifth. Cats leading 3-0 against the Rails right here on News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and on KFJB-TV.
At Greg Young Automotive, we're more than just a dealership. We're a part of your community. We believe in transparent pricing with no hidden tricks or gimmicks. Just honest deals you can trust. Our commitment to fair pricing and supporting our local communities is why so many choose us. Greg Young Automotive, where integrity drives us and you home. Visit any of our 6 locations across the state and experience the Greg Young difference, where we'll go the extra mile for you.
Bobcats with a 3-0 lead against the Lincoln Railsplitters in the first round of Class 5A action here tonight in Sub-State. As the Bobcats up on the Marshalltown High-View scoreboard leading right now. Let's get a regional scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank.
The Fightin' Brooksies of West Marshall put 11 on Nevada in the first inning. Already had a pitching change there. Greene County 6-1 over Des Moines Christian going into the 6th. Roland Story and Mid Prairie are scoreless through 3. Pella is up on Newton 3-0, bottom of the first. And again, Gilbert beat Knoxville 11-2. Gilbert will play Grinnell on Saturday.
And the first pitch of the at-bat is in for a swinging strike on the batter in Isabella Andrade. Production of today's game is made possible by the Home Rental Center in Marshalltown. Need it, rent it. .net. And another swing and a miss by Isabella Andrade, who struck out back in the second inning. She's quickly down in the count 0-2 to Briley Danielson. Danielson loads up, fires home, and popped into the backstop behind home plate.
Yeah, they have not been able to measure up on Briley when she's going fastball, let her high.
Oh, 2 on the way. And that one downstairs. 1-2, missing to Andrade. I had to wait to Dustin Peterson, who was on the coaching staff for the softball squad a year ago. He coaches the girls' bowling team. 1-2, and also low, 2-2.
Yeah,
by the way, one of the best-dressed guys who comes to the show, outside of yourself.
Yeah, come
unless you're wearing sweatpants.
Locked and loaded was never sweatpants.
2-2.
Athleisure.
And that one just a touch low. It's now a full count to Andrade.
I was on vacation. I came in.
Whatever you need to tell yourself.
I'm fine with it. My legs are not legally allowed to be shown on TV, so
3-2 on the way, and Danielson loses it. Upstairs and outside, a walk, as that'll be the first walk of the night for Briley Danielson, who will put Andrade on first and brings up Delilah Grafton, who grounded out 3-4 in the second.
And you see Briley's shoulders just drop, and now we're going to come out and have a coaching conversation at the circle. It's tough when you're up 0-2 and you lose the batter. That's just tough on a pitcher's psyche.
Kaylee Pollard, assistant coach, out for the meeting in the circle for the Bobcats. Bobcats leading 3-0 as we are in the top of the fifth inning here at Marshalltown High School, the first round of Class 5A, sub-state, or region number 6. Boys go sub-state. As on the bottom side of the bracket, it's Ames and Ankeny. They'll match up on Saturday night. Winner of this one again plays at Southeast Polk on Saturday at 7.
And if this stays pat, you and I will be down there. We got an Ankeny jaunt tomorrow. We're not going to get frozen yogurt.
Bunt right back to Briley Danielson. Over to first in time to record the out. So sacrifice bunt off the bat by Delilah Grafton moves Andrade over to second base. So the 1-4 is out, number 1 of the inning. Andrade stands on second to bring up Selena Luna, a single, and she was doubled off the bag back in the third inning at second base.
This has been a really clean softball game. Sandvik had an error, as you see the strike on the outside there, but just defensively all around from both squads has been just a really solid ball game.
So Luna takes a strike outside and away on the outer half of the plate. Here's the 0-1, and it's smacked past Sandvik in the glove. She dives. They'll hold the runner at third as Luna moves Andrade over to third on the single.
Big thing, shout out Brooklyn Smith out there in left field. It's impressive when a younger player comes up. She didn't rush, hit the cutoff because they had the runner stop at third. So don't rush yourself, make a bad throw, and allow a run to score.
Kayla Hernandez steps in, the 9-hole hitter, and she'll foul off the first pitch she sees as she was dropping down a bunt. As we take a look at that last drive by Luna between third and short, good effort by Sandvik diving to her right, but just not able to get it. You mentioned it, the defensive performance out there in left field as Smith threw that one in, and Hernandez quickly down to the count 0-2 as she swings away. As that one trailing away from her on the outer half. So it's 0-2, 1 out in the inning, and there's runners at the corners for the Railsplitters who trail 3-0. And right back to the pitcher in Briley Danielson, and they'll double up the Lincoln Railsplitters to get out of the inning, as that is out number 2. They got to throw to second base, I believe.
No, they tagged her. They tagged her off first base. That's a clear double play.
A double play.
Abby Jansen is mad, so the ump turns around because this.
Laney Danielson tagged the bag at first off the hot shot by Hernandez. She should be out 1-3 for out number 2, and then Selena Luna over at second base. Briley Danielson tagged her.
Oh, she's safe at first.
They didn't tag the bag?
Laney never got to the bag. So
they are ruling it a double play to get out of the inning. I think she did quickly. We'll take a look at the replay here real quick before we head to a break for out number 3 of the inning. But we look at it here. Briley Danielson fires to Laney Danielson, and she touches the bag, and then they tag the runner. So it is a double play as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. 3-0. Bobcats lead it right here on KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Well, a heads-up play for Lainey Danielson to get the Bobcats a double play to get out of the top of the fifth. We'll look at it again as Briley Danielson, hot shot back to her. It was out of the glove, over to her sister at first base. She tags the bag and then tags the runner in Luna and tags her out.
And if I'm Coach Ellis, this game has really come down to a couple things for Lincoln. 2-3 base running gaffes. 2 innings have ended in double plays because of running gaffes. And so when they have opportunities for scoring, here you go, it's 3-0. Lincoln can't push runners across because of those 3 mistakes on the base paths.
4 hits, no runs. They've left 3 runners on the base path. Have the Lincoln Railsplitters tonight. Bobcats leading 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Bobcats went down in order 1-2-3 last inning. 6 hits tonight for the Bobcats, 3 runs, and 4 runners left on base. Kate Sandvik to lead off the inning. Hit by a pitch in the first and the third, although they said the pitch didn't hit her. Although we looked at the replay and it did, and then she promptly delivered a single.
And we've got a ball upstairs, evens the count 1-1. Kate again batting over 500 on the year, has just destroyed the softball. Gets right on top of that. That goes to center field. It's going to keep Karen off the top of the wall. Sandvik digging in for second. She's going to slide in. Even with a great throw, Kate's able to slide in for a double. Leadoff double for the Cats. She was about 18 inches to 2 feet away from taking that one out in center field. She got all of it. Just crushed it. Head down, bat through, just off the top there. That was about a foot away from where she didn't have to sprint and she could have trotted, but Bobcats will take the leadoff double.
Big hit right there for Kate Sandvik. Brings up Lainey Danielson. Is 2-3 in the lineup. Has done a nice job of the plate as they've scored 2 of the 3 runs. Sandvik and Lainey Danielson scored back in the 3rd inning as Danielson stands in for ball number 1.
Lainey had a great bump for a hit in last time up.
Now strike over the heart of the plate as Danielson watches 1-1 from Small. Danielson, the senior, and she'll pop up the 1-1 to the backstop. And it bounces over, and I think that hit off the top of the press box as well.
It took a ski jump there.
Yeah. So 1-2 count to Lainey Danielson at the bottom of the 5th. Bobcats leading 3-0. No outs. Runner at second in Kate Sandvik. And popped up to short right field. Ranging in is Luna, and she'll make the catch. And Lainey Danielson is retired for out 1.
Nice pitch there. I've been impressed with Small. I know her ERA is at 10, but it feels like she's been able to pitch out of some jams, been able to find her spots quite a bit, and has pitched a really good ball game. Difference is Cats have taken advantage of their opportunities on the base pass, while Lincoln has not.
Aubrey Munt will take a first pitch strike on the other half, and she shakes her head yes, knowing that one was going to be a strike. She's 0 for 2 tonight, a strikeout and a flyout. See if she can get going here in the bottom of the 5th with the Cats leading 3-0. Small loads up and fires in low and inside, 1-1. Warm, muggy night. Ball traveling well for the Bobcats.
Yes, it is. It feels like you've got your weather app up and the Iowa and the Bound app up.
1-1 is right back up the middle. Kate Sandvik is going to be held at third base, and that's a single for Aubrey Munt. Finds her first hit of the night, and there's runners at the corners at first and third. Munt stands at first. Sandvik slides over to third, and 1 out. Brings up Riley Danielson. Already a solo home run and a sacrifice fly. She has 2 RBI in Lincoln now for about the 5th or 6th time here tonight. Out to talk to the umpires as Dominic Ellis is questioning whether Kate Sandvik left the bag early or not.
He's been out there a lot. and I guess I'm not sure what he's seeing, but he's demonstrative about what he's seeing. But I really like what Coach Bauer did there, holding the runner. You have Briley's up, already has 2 RBI. Andrade's got a good arm out in center, and no reason to run Kate into a tag at home plate. And they're chatting it around. Now they're going to let Briley get into the box, and then she's going to step right on back out. We had to do he's talking.
Home plate umpire is talking to Dominic Ellis, the head coach for Lincoln still. And the first pitch of the at-bat, bunt shown, throw down to third base. Sandvik was still standing on the bag as Aubrey Munt is at second now as she slides over there as she'll pick up. Stolen back.
And what you see with Ellis with
and a hard shot. Whoa, right into the glove of Phillips. Look what she finds for out number 2 of the inning. Holy smokes. Phillips at third, catching one of the hardest balls we've seen hit all night. And right there, she gets Briley Danielson for out number 2 of the inning as we look at the replay.
I thought that was going to be a 2-run double down the line, but just a nice reach out to the left. Does the glove find the ball, or does the ball find the glove on that?
I think that was the ball finding the glove there. Yeah, that is for sure. Olivia Wise had a single and an RBI back in the third as she stands in and fouls off the first pitch from Small. 0-1 on the way, and she gets on top of it. Rolls it over to Anderson. It's short. She'll make the long-range throw. 6-3 ground out by Olivia Wise to end the fifth. Looked promising, a double and a single in the inning, but the Bobcats can't do anything with it. It's still 3-0 as we go to the 6th on KFJB-TV.
Auto loans at Lennox Employees Credit Union are not just for cars. If you are looking to purchase a new or used motorcycle, boat, snowmobile, or other recreational vehicle, look no further. Lennox Employees Credit Union has low loan rates, and the loan process is so easy. Visit lennoxecu.com for rates and membership eligibility information, or go to 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown to visit with one of our loan officers. Lennox Employees Credit Union, member NCUA.
Bobcats have stranded 6 runners on the base paths here tonight. They have 8 hits and just 3 runs as head coach Dominic Ellis still chatting with the home plate umpire as we take a look on KFJB-TV. And a few questions here tonight throughout the night by the Lincoln Railsplitters as they'll send the top of the lineup here in the 6th inning as it'll be Fouch, Gutierrez, and Anderson as being told by our very own Keith Stewart that Lincoln center fielder was yelling at fans out there in right field. So a few other things aside from the game going on, apparently.
Well, hot dang. Things are getting spicy.
People are getting razzed, Dylan.
The weather's
including you and Jeff Brooks.
That's right. Me and Brooksy. We've been...
Fouch pops up the first pitch she sees to Kate Sandvik at shortstop. She's underneath it for out 1.
And Kate with a celebration there due to her trip and fall air in the first inning. Just happy you see there. She's very excited.
Both fists in the air as she is excited about out number 1 of the inning as this will bring up Sophie Gutierrez. A couple of strikeouts here tonight for her in the 2 holes. She'll take a first pitch ball from Briley Danielson.
I saw Dennis Eckersley do that in '89 when they won the World Series.
1-0 to Gutierrez, fought off over towards the Bobcat dugout and over the fence. It's 1-1.
Fans are ducking out of the way over there.
So 1 out in the inning is Fouch retired. Gutierrez standing in, righty versus righty. Here's the 1-1 on the way. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Jansen. It is 1-2.
Beautiful off speed. Briley does such a nice job with the arm speed. It looks very similar. That wind up and follow through. There's not much noticeable between the fastball and the off speed, and then the strikeout, swing and a miss.
Getting her chasing way upstairs for strikeout number 6. 2 down. Gutierrez 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in the 2-hole for the Railsplitters.
And that's really tough. What you need out of your 2-hole hitter is if you get out, they have to be productive. You're in there to move runners. and she's been unable to do so and unable to get on base.
And a first pitch strike to Maya Anderson, who stands in, reached on an error in the first and a single in the fourth. And this one's going to be smacked into right center field on the 0-1 pitch. Misplay by Bounty, but Mutt is right behind her to fire in and keep Maya Anderson to a single, her second single of the night.
If you're a Rail Splitter fan, there's a couple kids, and most notably, you look there at Maya Anderson. She's fun to watch. She's a talented kid. Got a couple hits on the night. Also made a couple nice plays in the field.
Yeah, only an 8th grader able to get that bat head around. And
they've got a couple of those 8th graders. They're really talented.
So bring up Kylie Phillips, and so far tonight she's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout, and the first pitch she sees pops up out of play. 0-1 the count.
You saw Keith's ladder set up to scaffolding set up over there. In 10 years, they'll have the little chair that goes up the side, the motorized chair that gets them on up there.
The 0-1 on the way, and she gets all the way turned around on that one and drives into the fence on the facing of the Lincoln Rail Splitter dugout. So 0-2 the count now with 2 outs in the inning as Briley Danielson looking to get out of the top of the 6th.
Yeah, Lincoln had tons of opportunities on Briley there in the 5th. She was able to get out of it with a great double play at the end. She's cruised through the 6th so far.
Phillips swings and lifts one to deep left field. Back goes Smith, and she's looking up, and it's gone. And it's 3-2. Phillips gets a hold of one down the left field line, driving in Maya Anderson. And that is her 4th home run of the season for Kylie Phillips.
I shouldn't have said anything because right after I said it, she got all of it. And this is a close ball game for the Cats.
Well, Phillips just turning on that one and driving it down the left field line out of here. You could see on the first couple of pitches she was really turning and fouling those one off, but got that one straightened out.
And where Briley's been so effective is a little bit further off the plate or up in the zone. That one caught a lot of the plate and was right in the sweet spot, belt high, and it was belted.
Well, this game just got a lot tighter, more than you would like, here in the top of the 6th inning. 3-2 now as the Bobcats just a 1-run lead. As this will bring up Maddie Small, 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout in there. And the first pitch she sees nearly hits her as she jumps out of the way. It's 1-0.
And I would not be surprised to see coaching staff maybe pop their head out of the dugout a little bit there. That was, you give up a 2-run home run, you follow it up. That was the worst pitch of the night for sure.
1-0 to Maddie Small, as it sounds like the Lincoln Rail Splitters dugout has come alive after that 2-run home run. And now 2-0. Outside goes Briley Danielson. Too far outside, 2-0.
And what they say is if it's tight late, that is an advantage to the underdog.
2-0 is going to be outside again. 3-0 is Briley Danielson losing the batter. So 2 quick outs in the inning and then a single and a home run has really changed the outlook on this one. Danielson needing a strike. Here's the 3-0, and that one will be upstairs in the strike zone. 3-1 right over the heart of the plate.
And this is where, again, Lincoln, not to belabor the point, but they had some running gaffes early. Otherwise, this could be even a Lincoln lead at the moment.
And now smacked up, popped up, and out of play. As off and running was Small, but it was well out of play. So now a full count, 3-2 is Danielson working back here.
And really coming in, she got down in this at bat. 3-0, battled back.
Pitcher versus pitcher here. Here's the 3-2 upstairs, and she'll walk Small.
She just looked rattled in that whole matchup there. She really struggled finding the zone. It feels like, all right, you got to take a deep breath. You got to breathe. Nothing you can do about the home run ball. You still have the lead. You just have to focus on what's in front of you.
So the pitcher in Small gets aboard, and this will bring up Isabella Andrade, as she is 0 for 1 tonight. And now we have a courtesy runner, and it will be into the game. Haley Spencer will run for the pitcher, a courtesy runner. So 2 outs and a runner aboard. As Kayla Hernandez was actually, no. Not sure if that was number 2 was getting out to run or who that was, but it will be Spencer out there to run at first base. And the first pitch into Isabella Andrade is in for a ball, 1-0. And a ball lifted to the right side of the infield. Olivia Wise calling for it, in and out of the glove. It'll fall in, an E4 runner over to third, and she's in time. Spencer moves from first to third.
And that's the second error of the game for the Cats, and that's a tough one. It's where it feels like when you get 2 outs, they had 2 outs quickly, and then the Cats have given up 4 straight base runners as Jason Bauer comes out, and they're going to have a conversation at the circle.
Second error of the night for the Bobcats, and as head coach Jason Bowers comes out for the meeting, we'll step aside. You're watching Bobcat softball right here on KFJB-TV.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown, and they are proud to support Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics. If you need a new recliner to relax in, or perhaps a new dining set for the whole family, shop McGregor's. They also have a good selection of luxurious sectional sofas. Score the mattress of your dreams with an assist from the McGregor's friendly and knowledgeable staff. You'll be the household MVP when you bring home the winning selection from McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown. Open 7 days a week.
Well, the Bobcats, with the long meeting on the mound by head coach Jason Bowers, pays off. On the next pitch, Delilah Grafton grounds out 5-3 to get out of the inning. Brummel almost misplayed it, but she recovered and got it over to first in time. Grafton retired on the 5-3 ground out. That will end the top of the 6th inning. It's 3-2 now. Rails back within 1 on KFJB-TV.
Welcome back. Bobcats up 3-2 on the Lincoln Railsplitters, and we now have a regional scoreboard update brought to you by Central State Bank, locations in Ames, State Center, and West Des Moines. Well, West Marshall took Nevada out quickly, 15-0 in 4 innings. Dubuque Senior 6, Cedar Rapids, Washington, nothing. That's Class 5A Region 8. Greene County beats Des Moines Christian. They will play the winner of PCM in Southeast Valley this weekend. And then you have Roland Story up on Mid-Prairie, 8-0 in 4. Gilbert won earlier tonight, and they will play Grinnell on Saturday.
Here in the first round of 5A Region 6, the Bobcats leading 3-2 as Kate Sandvik will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning, and she'll pop one up, Abby Jansen leads off the inning, as that will be a pop-up to center field for out number 1, as Abby Jansen is 1 for 3 tonight on that fly out to center field. 1 away, brings up Kaylin Coleman.
Coleman had that big double early in her first at-bat, and she popped out to the third baseman in her second at-bat.
And she'll look for a first pitch strike on the outer half from Maddie Small. Kendall Brummel is on deck. She'll bat this inning as well. Small engaging on the rubber and fires. Coleman rolls it over to third. Phillips claps her glove and fires to first on the 5-3 ground out by Coleman. Quickly 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, Cats have not made a lot of noise here. And really it was that second and third inning. Briley hit that home run in the second inning. They were able to make some pressure in that third inning, plate 2 runs, but otherwise Small has been dealing. Lincoln has not made any mistakes defensively, and the Cats have not had much of a claw here in most of the night offensively after scoring 25-plus runs in the first 2 games of the matchup this year.
Kendall Brummel will be hit for by Ellen DeMonte, who has really come in, and not a ton of bats on the season, but she had a solo home run last week, and really good to see from her as some promise from the freshman as she teed off on a ball against Mason City out to right field, which was an absolute gem of a home run. Here's the 0-1. She had a good hitting night overall that night, as well as she'll foul off the second pitch she sees into the backstop 0-2. She's got some pop in that left-handed bat, though. So DeMonte batting. Kendall Brummel was 0 for 2 tonight, so mix it up there in the 9-hole. And the 0-2 is going to be outside as DeMonte wisely watching.
And it's nice that the Cats can go to the bench and have a little bit of pop on that bench. That has not been the case in years past, so you see more and more of that young talent coming up.
1-2 down the third base line. That is fair. DeMonte will round first. Over to second she goes. And there you go. You can see what the freshman can do with the bat as she comes in as a pinch hitter and promptly, with 2 outs, delivers with a double down the left field line.
DeMonte may need a couple more at bats. She's raked in her opportunities she's had, and that was a great piece of hitting too.
Kendall Brummel will come in to run for DeMonte, and she'll replace her with the original spot as a re-entry by Brummel. And this will bring up Gianna Bounty, struggling tonight. She is 0 for 3, all on pop-ups here tonight. So we'll see if she can get something going. Another pop-up, this one down the left field line, fading away off the glove of Hernandez. And Brummel is in to score from second. And the Bobcats, who are up by 1, now extend it back to a 2-run lead, 4-2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Big insurance run right there.
Cats got lucky because Brummel was going, and that was very close. That should have been caught. That should have been a double play by Lincoln there, because you could go and say that would be an error there. I'm going to say it's a double, but, it's on the verge of being an error there, and Brummel was just running. That could have been catastrophe for the Cats.
Well,
but
there
instead,
are 2 outs in the inning. So that's why she would have been off and running.
Oh, my goodness.
Sorry.
I had 1 in my head.
It's all good.
I apologize to KFJB-TV. I apologize to you.
Oh, wow.
Because
this is a first.
I had 1 out, and with it being 2, that's a terrible take.
So Brummel was wisely running on the hit.
None of it makes sense if there's I had 1 out in my head, and it all makes sense with 1 out. Makes 0 sense.
Well, Jansen and Coleman, a ground out and a fly out to lead off the inning. But now the Bobcats in business with back-to-back doubles. Bounty stands at second base, and here comes Kate Sandvik, who laces one to right field, and all over it is Luna out there to get out of the inning. So that's a fly out to the 9th spot for out number 3. But a much-needed insurance run for the Bobcats. They now lead 4-2 as we head to our final frame here on KFJB-TV.
Legends American Grill is the perfect place to watch your favorite team. Enjoy wings, nachos, steaks, and prime rib available on Friday and Saturday nights. It's game on for great food and your favorite drink to wash it down. You like burgers? Legends has fantastic, unique burger creations like this. The Legends Burger. Absolutely delicious. Gather with friends, enjoy your favorite team's games with the NFL Sunday Ticket, and make some memories. Legends American Grill in Marshalltown and our new Newton location, where the game is always on.
10 hits, 4 runs for the Bobcats tonight, although they've stranded quite a few runners on the base paths. 7 total left on the bags. A few woulda, shoulda, couldas here tonight, but a 2-run lead heading into the final frame, and it will be Briley Danielson out to go the final 7th inning here tonight for the Marshalltown Bobcats. She'll face the 8-9-1 batters in Luna, Hernandez, and Fouch for the Bobcats. And, of course, no pitching changes so far tonight, but if we do have one late, all brought to you by Ethington Heating and Cooling. They're not comfortable until you are. We certainly are not extremely comfortable here tonight. It is a hot, muggy one. The ball flying quite a bit for the Bobcats. Briley Danielson, a solo shot here tonight. Also a 2-run home run by Kylie Phillips for the Lincoln Railsplitters to help get them closer. It was 3-2 heading into the bottom of the 6th, but Bobcats getting that 1 run, and now 4-2 as we enter our final frame. Is leading off Luna. She's up in the count 2-0 as Hernandez Fouch will bat. But that portion of the line, 8-9-1, hasn't done a whole lot here tonight. Luna does have a couple of singles, but she's been forced out a couple of times on some base running mistakes.
Yeah, both of those in those double play scenarios, she's been the one there.
And the 2-1 is going to be in there for a ball, and it's now 3-1 from Briley Danielson. As righty versus righty, as Danielson fires, swing and a miss by Luna. 3-2, a full count now. But Briley Danielson's had to work tonight. She's had quite a few 3-ball counts here tonight and a few full counts as well, like she has right here on Luna.
Yeah, she's only got the 1 walk, but she definitely has gone deep into counts.
A weak chopper to Sandvik at short. Played over to first in time. A 6-3 ground out by Luna. Slow roller, but Sandvik charged it for the first out of the inning here in the top of the 7th.
And that's the added blessing of Sandvik having a cannon on her shoulder. Even the slow roller is no issue, as Lainey Danielson is pretty automatic over there at first base.
Kayla Hernandez now steps in. The 9-hole hitter is 0 for 1 tonight, a ground out and a sacrifice bunt. And takes a first pitch ball from Briley Danielson. 1-0 on the way. And popped up to the right side. It's Olivia Wise on the spot. She'll make the catch for out 2. So the freshman second baseman making the out right there this year. 51 assists and 48 putouts on the defensive side. And a really good play there for the freshman in a big moment, only up by 2 here in the top of the 7th.
Well, I think the other big thing is the last play opportunity she had the air there, so to be able to come back in a big moment and make the play, kudos to her.
First pitch is a ball to Fouch. The leadoff batter is 1 for 2 tonight. She had a single and caught stealing back in the first inning. So Railsplitters down to their final out of the night here in the first round of postseason play in Class 5A, reaching number 6. Winner advances on to take on the Southeast Polk Rams, third ranked in 5A. And a pop-up off the bat of Luna, read by Bounty in center. She'll make the catch, and it's a 1-2-3, top of the 7th, as the Bobcats pick up their 19th victory of the season as they defeat the Lincoln Railsplitters, ending their season at a mark of 4-30. And the Bobcats in the first round advance on to take on the Southeast Polk Rams on Saturday night at 7. We'll have that game for you right here on KFJB-TV.
And you look at that really comes down to Briley Danielson. Had that one hiccup with that 2-run homer, but beyond that, she was really good in the circle. Was able to pitch out of trouble quite often. Defense was pretty solid behind, but it really comes down, the thing you want to highlight is the freshman Ella DeMonte coming in, needing that insurance run, working a great double down the left field line, able to get that fourth run in, and then Briley shook off the rust from inning 6 and nailed it down in inning 7. Cats get a chance to go after Southeast Polk, but importantly, we talked about 2-19 and 13, or 2-19 and 12. They accomplish all of those things. Second year in a row they've won a postseason game here in Marshalltown. 19th win on the year and most wins in over a decade.
Bobcats victorious here tonight, led by Briley Danielson, a solo home run. She also had an RBI tonight and picks up the victory in the circle here tonight, going 7 innings strong. Coming up, we head to the locker room report, all brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown. This is Bobcats softball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social. And that's just on the inside. Step outside and enjoy patio life at Gutter Point with drinks, shuffleboard, live music, and fun atmosphere. Follow Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to plan your next visit to the place for fun.
Your degree, your way. Online learning at Marshalltown Community College lets you learn at your own pace, from home, fitting education into your life. Choose from 9 fully online programs. Balance work, family, and your future. Plus, you get dedicated support just like on-campus students. Library, advising, everything you need. Online degrees at MCC, flexible, accessible, and supported. Visit MarshalltownCommunityCollege.com to learn more. Start learning your way today.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Well, welcome into our post-game coverage tonight. Brandon Lewis with you as the Bobcats victorious in Class 5A. Region number 6 in the first round. They advanced to take on the Southeast Polk Rams at 7 o'clock on Saturday night. We'll have the game for you right here on KFJB-TV, as well as News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM. Well, the Bobcats get the win here tonight. 4 runs off 10 hits, 7 left on base. Bobcats did commit a couple of errors defensively here tonight, but did not cost them in the end. 2 runs, 6 hits for Lincoln, and 5 left on base. As you look at Briley Danielson, a solo home run to get the Bobcats on the board early on for the first time tonight. The back of the second inning, Kate Sandvik and Lainey Danielson would score in the third. Then a 2-run home run off the bat of Kylie Phillips in the 6th inning. She drove in Maya Anderson, and it made it 3-2 at that point. Things got interesting, but Kendall Brummel was pinch hit for by Ella DeMonte, and with 2 outs in the inning, a double down the left field line. Brummel re-entered, ran for her, and it was a double and an RBI for Gianna Bounty there in the bottom of the 6th inning, and that gave the Bobcats a 4-2 lead, and it was a 1-2-3 top of the 7th inning as Briley Danielson gets the side out 1-2-3 and finishes out the night to get the victory. 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts for Briley Danielson tonight for the Bobcats starting pitcher as she goes all 7 frames. Maddie Small had a nice night on the bump as well, too. Struggled a few times with just consecutive hits and staying locked in against those batters. It was really the leadoff batters that gave her the trouble tonight. In the second, it was that leadoff solo home run. In the third, it was back-to-back singles that got things going for her. And then in the 6th, she got the first 2 outs but couldn't quite close out that inning with back-to-back doubles. 6 innings, 10 hits, 4 runs, and 2 strikeouts for Maddie Small tonight for the Lincoln Railsplitters. Again, Splitters and the season 4-30. Bobcats improved to 19-20, and they'll take on Southeast Polk coming up on Saturday night. Coming up, it is our locker room report. As we continue on, we'll name our player of the game right here on KFJB-TV.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Registration for the upcoming school year in Marshalltown is Tuesday, July 8th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Miller Middle School. A birth certificate is required if a new student is joining. If parents are unable to attend, they can go online to the Infinite Campus System. To begin, go to the district website, marshalltown.k12.ia.us, and click on Academics. All new families in the Marshalltown Community School District must register at the District Welcome Center, downtown Marshalltown. Here's to the 2025-2026 school year.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
4-2, the final score as the Bobcats take down the Lincoln Railsplitters. Now time for Player of the Game. All brought to you by Opa Grill of Marshalltown. Greek and traditional favorites, all you have to say is Opa. Our last broadcast, it was Briley Danielson, Player of the Game, but here tonight, hard to argue with Briley Danielson being our Player of the Game. She goes 7 innings, records the victory, and gets 6 strikeouts, allowing just a couple of runs. Also a solo home run at the plate and a RBI sacrifice fly as well. So a big night for Briley Danielson, as she is our Player of the Game. Again, all brought to you by Opa Grill in Marshalltown. She receives a $25 gift certificate to Opa Grill in Marshalltown. Coming up, it's our post-game interview with head coach Jason Bowers, all brought to you by Century Plumbing. This is the Locker Room Report on KFJB-TV.
What does OPA mean? OPA means joy, enthusiasm, and approval. And when you dine at OPA Grill in Marshalltown, you'll understand why. With their made-to-order pastas, soups, and salads made daily with the freshest ingredients. Favorites include chicken parmesan pan-fried to perfection, fresh and light chicken lemon rice soup, and their signature OPA salad topped with seasoned gyro meat. OPA Grill Family Restaurant in Marshalltown, where you can dine in or drive through. All you have to say is OPA!
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Legends American Grill is the perfect place to watch your favorite team. Enjoy wings, nachos, steaks, and prime rib available on Friday and Saturday nights. It's game on for great food and your favorite drink to wash it down. You like burgers? Legends has fantastic, unique burger creations like this. The Legends Burger. Absolutely delicious. Gather with friends, enjoy your favorite team's games with the NFL Sunday Ticket, and make some memories. Legends American Grill in Marshalltown and our new Newton location, where the game is always on.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
5A Region 6 first round. Bobcats win it 4-2. Now time for our post-game interview with head coach Jason Bowers, presented by Century Plumbing, specializing in service plumbing in Marshalltown. Now down to Dylan Dose.
Thank you, Brandon. I'm here with Coach Jason Bauer. 4-2 victory. You can tell it's postseason. Last time we played Lincoln, able to really get on them early, and those were some comfortable victories. But what can you say about this? Lincoln Ball Club was game for it here tonight.
Yeah, and that's what postseason is, right? You don't know, and then sometimes you playing that team the third or fourth or fifth time in postseason, especially when you play them that early, right? And the pitcher tonight, Maddie, I think is her name. She pitched a heck of a lot better than she did the first time we played her. And like I said, it was early June. So she definitely got better as the season went on, and they battled for sure.
And it really came down. She was great, was able to change speeds, change location, and a lot of underclassmen. And it really came down for her in that second and third inning. Starting that second inning, Briley hit a bomb, and then there in that third inning, able to get a couple runs. What can you say about Briley, both from the plate but also in the circle here tonight?
Yeah, we'll start with the plate because, honestly, she struggled probably the first quarter of the season until basically just about a week ago. She really, really struggled. Hit a lot of hard balls, but a lot of them were getting caught, and she was getting a lot of pop-outs and things like that. But just about a week ago, she started just lacing the ball. And tonight it carried over, just hitting the ball hard. She did, I think, get a pop-out there, but, the other two hits, she just hits it hard, right? And then on the circle, she just came to battle. That first batter, I think she walked her in about 4 or 5 pitches, and I think then she kind of just settled in. Obviously gave up the home run to them on a 0-2 count. And obviously we probably missed a spot there, but she battled after that. We had Hannah ready to go and at any moment, and we just felt even coming in that last inning that Briley could close it out, and she just went out there in that last inning and really did a nice job. So.
She locked it down in that 7th inning. But you said just a week ago, really, for Briley being able to see it. Well, also just within the last couple weeks, freshman Ella DeMonte, and she came in with a big double, which would end up resulting in crossing the plate for that important insurance run. What can you say about her?
Yeah, a kid that just literally just at one point in the season, not too long ago, about 4 weeks ago, said, hey, I want extra hitting. Can somebody stay and help me? And one of the coaches, one of our new coaches, Sam, she stayed a little bit extra and started working with her. Sam's left-handed, Ella's left-handed, and those two just clicked, right? You seen it today. I mean, she got one of her first base hits ever against a really good Fort Dodge pitcher. So the kid can swing the bat, so that's promising for the future for that kid, for sure.
Yeah, Sam probably earned another high five from you for that extra coaching. But we'll see you down in Southeast Polk. It's a tall task, but I know the girls will be up for it.
Yeah.
Good luck tonight and on Saturday. Thank you. Back to you, Brandon.
All right, thanks, Dylan. Again, that's our post-game interview, all presented by Century Plumbing, specializing in service plumbing in Marshalltown. We've got a final scoreboard update of postseason play around Central Iowa when we come back on the Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
When you need a plumber quickly, try Century Plumbing of Marshalltown. We specialize in service plumbing, not new construction or large remodels, so we get to our customers faster, from clogged drains to water heaters and everything in between. We can help with a guaranteed appointment and quality, efficient service. I'm Sarah, co-owner of Century Plumbing, and I'd love to book your appointment today. Call 641-750-0108. That's 641-750-0108.
Some say life is like a road trip. Is it a coincidence Scooter's Coffee is a drive-thru? We don't think so. Whether you need a coffee while you enjoy the view, to just get you through the long stretch, or to refuel between stops, Scooter's Coffee is there, brewing up delicious coffee, espresso blenders, smoothies, iced drinks, and more, with the convenience of a drive-thru so you can stay on the road and enjoy the ride. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters in Marshalltown.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown, and they are proud to support Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics. If you need a new recliner to relax in, or perhaps a new dining set for the whole family, shop McGregor's. They also have a good selection of luxurious sectional sofas. Score the mattress of your dreams with an assist from the McGregor's friendly and knowledgeable staff. You'll be the household MVP when you bring home the winning selection from McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown. Open 7 days a week.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Time for a regional scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank, with locations in Ames, State Center, and in West Des Moines. Well, thanks to Jeff Brooks, our producer, back at the studios here tonight, as Boone takes down Perry 4-0, and Boone will take on Storm Lake coming up on Saturday. The Pella Dutch currently leading Newton 5-0 at the top of the fifth. Final tonight's Roland Story 8-0 over Mid Prairie. Also a final PCM 8-0 over Southeast Valley. as they will play Greene County on Saturday, Class 3A Region number 4. Final, Waverly Shell Rock 9-0. They take down the Mason City Riverhawks. And Waverly Shell Rock, well, the road doesn't get easy as they'll take on Fort Dodge coming up on Saturday night. West Marshall will play the winner of Sheraton and Sadell here tonight as West Marshall took down Nevada 15-0. And that is the finals as of right now. Actually, another final. Dubuque Senior took down Cedar Rapids, Washington 6-0 in 5A Region number 8. Here tonight, Greene County 6-1 over to Moines Christian. And that is our scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. You're watching and listening to the Locker Room Report right here on News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and watching on KFJB-TV.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Well, one final time on the Locker Room Report here on KFJB-TV as tonight the Bobcats win it 4-2. What did you think about head coach Jason Bauer and kind of that morale after this one? It's got to be a nice feeling, that win, to get that 19th win of the season.
They felt solid. I think he saw what we kind of saw up here. I think what he was most excited about was how Briley approached that 7th inning. After a real tough 6th inning where she gave up that home run, 4 batters in a row got on, she just locked it down.
Yeah.
Also pointing out, just the extra work. I think as a coach, what you love at the end of the season is where you see young players see success in big moments, and it's because they put in extra work during the season, and that was the case with Ella DeMonte. So he seemed good to go. He seemed excited for the opportunity on Saturday. As tall of a task as it may be, you can only find out when you get inside the circle and you go at it.
That is for sure. Transportation for today's game on KFJB-TV, provided in part by Carl Auto Group in Marshalltown. Carl is your dealer for life. Well, coming up, our next broadcast, we'll have a big turnaround. We've got back-to-back nights, Dylan.
Yeah, and big thing is that game tomorrow will not be at 7 p.m. They've moved that game up to 4 p.m., so the Kicks wagon will be going early out to
that is for sure.
Out to Ankeny Centennial, where we always go at the end in postseason play.
So baseball tomorrow night, Marshalltown at Ankeny Centennial. 4 o'clock is first pitch. We'll start pregame coverage right around 3:45. And then Saturday night, Marshalltown at Southeast Polk in softball in Class 5A Region number 6 semifinal. 7 o'clock first pitch, 6:45 pregame here on the radio and TV side. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Appreciate your support of Bobcat Athletics. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and turn on those upcoming game notifications. For our producer, Jeff Brooks, our camera guys tonight, Keith Stewart and Deegan Grant, and David Bragg, our on-site producer. For Dylan Does, I'm Brandon Lewis. You've been watching Marshalltown Bobcats softball victorious in postseason play right here on KFJB-TV.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is made possible by Assured Partners, Greg Young of Marshalltown, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Sports Plus, Wayward Social, Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown, Marshalltown School District, Scooters of Marshalltown, Legends American Grill, Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown, your Marshalltown Hy-Vee, and State Farm, Tyler Pashong Agency.